And we're back. We're back. Episode 3 of the Melanated podcast. Definitely uh, an eventful year still, as always, as it's been lately. So um, today I'm joined by my brothers here. We got George. We got a special guest, James, in the building. Appreciate
Sir.
you being here. We also got comedian extraordinaire Tony Wilson, as well as Ali Muhammad, also known as Anthony X, in the
What up?
building. So now, as of recently, we got Alabama winning that championship once again. You know, showing that they are a force to reckon with, whether you love them or hate them, or whatever the case may be. So, what do y'all think about that?
Nick Saban, the GOAT.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I
what I
was gonna
think
say.
about.
That's what I was
That's
gonna
what
say.
I think about it. It's the system. It's the system that they have in place. I think it's that's where it starts.
I
But
think. Go
the
ahead, James.
program that they have is on another level. To win like that, forget just the championship, but to win, even the few years that they didn't win, those records, and the numbers that they putting up is still, extraordinary. Uh, I, it's crazy, I mean, we watching something great. We watching something great here. So I think the program, definitely number one. A part of the program, you got to go out and get those. I'm echoing. A part of you know, the program, you have to be able to go out and get these top players. That
Yeah.
recruiting process is part of it.
They
People,
recruiting is they recruiting is crazy, as you clearly see from the NFL alumni and how people go to the NFL and what they go on and do once they get to the NFL from them. It's like, hey, they top
mhm,
dog on that one too. You know,
right, right, and that's a big percentage of the program. People overlook. You got to be good at recruiting. That's that's another part of the game. It ain't just about that's a part of the coaching. You know, um, but that's crazy, man. I mean, it ain't nothing. I don't even like Bama like that. You can't do anything
I
but respect.
I I don't think nobody on here college team is would allow us to like Alabama like that. But I will say this: them Alabama people, they take that shit so serious. Okay, when you in that area, they like War Eagle, and then some people like nah, Roll Tide. You know what I'm saying? And they dead up serious. I never seen a place like that before. Till you go to Alabama,
Hey,
Nigga, you go to Athens.
yeah,
they
like
ain't they
That's college
hey,
football, man.
nah, bro.
College football, man.
In South Carolina, we got rivalries. Other places we got rivalries. These people be actually about to fight about this in the streets. And they see somebody else wearing a Roll Tide T-shirt. They like Roll Tide. I'm like, that should be normal for you every day to see that Roll Tide T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's like a greeting to them. That's like saying, "Hey, how you doing today?" In Alabama, anyways. Yeah, I definitely got some echo. Anybody else got something to say about the dynasty of Alabama football?
I think y'all pretty much summed it up. Um, you know, Nick Saban is the GOAT of college football. A lot of people were talking like, should he throw his hat in the ring for NFL coaching gig? But I think he's good where he's at. I think he should stay in his lane, stay in his realm, and I mean, they get the top recruits year after year, man. So as long as they get the top recruits and they get those guys that play at the top level playing ability, I think they'll continue to win championships over and over and over again, man. I think this is something that we've never really seen in college football, man, and we may not see it for a long time after this. So yeah, salute to Nick Saban, salute to Alabama. I mean, even though I'm a South Carolina Gamecock fan, Alabama has always been one of my favorite teams for a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's like a second, like my second team. You know what I'm saying? I always rooted for Alabama. You know, so yeah, salute to those guys, man.
Definitely. And then we congratulations to him on that. I think George dropped off. I'm sure he'll be back
All right.
on there. So moving on to the NFL. Actually, the playoffs is ongoing. We got some interesting matchups. We got some of the old guard, with being Aaron Rodgers, you know, playing, and we got the battle of the real old guard versus with Breeze versus Brady, So what do y'all think about Breeze versus Brady? Number one, I guess I want to throw out there. What do y'all think about Breeze versus Brady?
As far as who you think gonna take it, I think Brady, man. I mean, I think what he's doing is crazy right now. Uh, you know, um, it's something, just like I was talking about Bama, that's greatness as well. When we looking at, you can't do nothing but respect Tom what he's doing right now. I mean, how old is he again? Like
Say that one more time.
uh, uh, I said you can't do anything but respect what he's doing. As far I'm talking about Brady,
Right,
you, his age right now, the numbers he's still putting up.
right.
I mean, I think he surpassed what 50. How many touchdowns he got this year? I mean, talking about he's third or fourth or something like that
I
for
don't,
this year, for
I
just
don't know.
this
He doing
season.
he doing good though. That's why
Yeah.
I said the battle of the old guard because you got him versus Breeze.
As far as
Um,
who you think gonna take it though, I think at this part of the season, and I think they're clicking on some cylinders right now. Tampa Bay is anyway. I think they may end up taking that, but I mean, I don't know. There's some good matchups. I think who is it? Cleveland. If they were to go any further, it would be one of them Cinderella stories. But I don't think that. I think this week is gonna be it for them.
mm,
I mean, they shocked everybody last week, but we'll see what happens. I'm rooting for Lamar definitely,
right.
definitely rooting for Lamar. The main reason is you know we talked about this earlier. A lot of people didn't respect it. They didn't. He's proven a lot of people wrong. They wanted to see him win playoff games, and he win it. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm behind him. But that's my take on some of it.
I got you. Did y'all have anything else to say about the playoffs?
I ain't gonna lie, man.
No.
I hadn't been watching much football this season for some reason. It's just been kind of a weird, year. Last
Yeah.
year, so I wasn't really into it like that. I started off watching it, but then I just kind of drifted off. Man. And as far as like Breeze and
Now,
Brady, I mean Brady,
now,
that's like my favorite quarterback of all time. So of
now,
course, if I got to choose, a showdown, like Brady all day, every day. You know what I'm saying?
now, I'm gonna ask you a personal question on that though.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because your team has been having a tough time this year?
I knew he's gonna ask that.
Is that why it's like, I was rooting for Cam too, be honestly. I know he came from my team. I ain't have no ill will though. I like the underdog. I hate when a
Yeah,
team do you wrong, and I'll admit on record, hey, we did them wrong. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I hate when the team do players wrong, and I like to see them succeed afterwards. You know what I'm saying? As
right.
much as possible.
Yeah, but it wasn't necessarily because of that. Because I would watch Brady games too. But it
Right.
just so happened, like when I just kind of lost interest in it, man, I just kind of fell back from everything, man.
Right.
And before you know it, it'd be, 5 o'clock before I turn on the TV on a Sunday. And, all the good games and went off for, you just don't be thinking about it like that, man. But I
Right.
mean, I'm definitely going to be tuned in for the playoffs, man, to see, what's going on as far as uh, what's going to happen with that.
All right. Cool. So we got a rapper YFN Lucci that just recently just turned himself in, you know. Uh pretty much got charges of murder charges on him and assault charges on him. And definitely sad to see that situation. It appears that he was involved in some shooting stuff, whether he was just people was returning fire or whatever the case may be. But apparently, like I say, he had some of these charges on him and he turned himself in. So what do y'all think about that, or do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, what kind of rapper was he? Was he a high profile rapper, or just getting in the game?
Say he's high enough profile. He's been out for several years. Many people of a certain age group, they gonna automatically know who he is, on that. And you might have heard some of his songs and stuff too. But I just use that as an opportunity I just use that as an
I
opportunity.
always say,
Go ahead, Tony.
anytime that you are a entertainer and you bring in a certain amount of income, you have a certain amount of people following you, people look up to you, and then you get in that type of trouble. I have no sympathy for people like that. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Hey, I just hope
Yeah,
people.
freeze.
No, you good. We're just taking it in. I just hope people, definitely use their opportunities and don't squander them. Like, I know a lot of people come from the streets, but it is a time to leave that life behind. It's a time, especially once you kind of make it to a certain level, man. It's time to go ahead and move on, man, and move accordingly on that.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta be smart, man. Gotta be smart.
oh yeah. So speaking about that money, right? We're gonna talk about a couple things really, but I'm gonna start it off with it's a $700 million lottery right now. And I definitely, especially Mr. Tony over there, I want to hear what you got to say about that, and everybody else too. If anybody got any other comments about this $700 million lottery that's going on right now.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot
Exactly.
of yeah. 700 million, I mean, I think we can get like a lottery party started. I mean, this group right here, what's in the group, everybody give me some numbers. I go play the numbers, you know what I'm saying? As numbers come out, everybody we give it up. That's a lot of money split. Anybody can be mad about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The government gonna take about half of that, of course.
700 million.
700 million, you really gonna come out with about 350 mil, which is still a lot of money.
Yeah, still a lot of money.
That's enough money to
40 million.
say again.
So I don't give a damn if it came out with 40 million. You can still split that. That's still good.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I always
Absolutely.
thought it was amazing for people to go crazy once it hit those numbers. We talking about it now, but what about when it was at 100 mil, 200 mil, 300 mil as it goes up? Everybody get crazy. Everybody start going to buy tickets when you get real crazy. But it'd be funny because if I hit for 2 million, I'm gonna feel just the same. I'm going, you know what I'm saying? I'm going crazy because that doesn't change my life. Any
Right.
million doesn't change my life to the point where things are completely different. I understand the difference with 700 mil is a only thing different at that point is you able to help other folk there. You can change multiple lives. And your family.
You can help a country with that much money. You feel me?
Yeah.
But the reason why it's the same reason that people play the lottery anyways. It's the thrill that people really want. It's the romanticize of, I'm about to get this money. You know what I'm saying? Or I could possibly get this crazy amount of money. So it's a thrilling feeling for people when they hear, oh man, I can almost make $1 billion off of $1 or whatever. How much lottery costs, Tyson?
It depends. I don't really play it like that. It depends. But there's different prices, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the Powerball and stuff like that. That's like $2 a ticket. And then if you pile up, it's $3. The same thing to Mega, I believe, too. The Mega Million. Those are the most expensive tickets. So you got people who are buying 20 and 30 tickets of those and then powering up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the lottery keep generating to go up. so high. But I normally play like pick 3, pick 4, something simple. You know,
Got
3
you.
numbers, 0 from 9.
Got
And
you.
I don't do too bad. I think I come out more than I do losing.
I know,
So
cause you don't really play
at
the
the end of the
lottery
year, that
like
money
that.
adds up. Yeah. I don't really play it like that. Every now and then, I'm stepping in a big ticket. You know what I'm saying? But I don't mess with it.
I already know.
Anybody know what came out today? Never mind.
So, so speaking about that, right? I want to talk about the future of money. Over the past couple of weeks, we saw
Yeah.
Bitcoin go to a high on that. It's looking like it's going to be.
39.
It was at 40. It was at 40 something actually.
Yeah, I want to
Just-
say it was like 42 or something like that.
yeah, it went on. It went on. It went on up there. It's been steadily going up since the election.
Period.
Yo, damn, is that me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Amp, though. We still can hear you.
That's
It's
why
been
that's one of the questions that I want to put out to you as far as like what would you do if you had $1 million, and I ask a lot of the question all the time. First thing they're gonna do, you divvy it up. I'm gonna break my mom's off, I'm gonna break this person off, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. But not knowing that you can take that $1 million, if I tell you can take that $1 million and invest it and generate between $4,000 to $8,000 a day with that money. You still live. I mean, you work all month long for barely $4,000. You see what I'm saying?
right.
So $1 million, it's no good if you go ahead and start spending it. You have to invest that money. We like to start businesses, franchises. You see all kind of barbecue grills. Everybody got shirts to hat to sell and shit. That's what we know of. That's what we do. That's how we are. But if you really want to make the money, you put it into the stocks, and you check. And then when you see, you might, if you buy something that costs $4.16, then this week it's worth $12 a share. You gain. Now that $4.16 you paid is worth $12 right now, right? Imagine you did that 100 times. That's your
Yep.
payday. You take the gain out. That's how these people live. They don't work. They just
And
put money in stock and let their money make money.
and I'm not
You be
a
mad as hell, like, come on, man, give me some money, man. Nah. You gotta pocket some money. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you got $1 million, but it ain't for me to give. I give it to you because I don't get my $8,000 in a day no more. I'm bringing my $8,000 down if I break you off. That money gonna make money.
and
That's
I'm
how
not
it
a
works.
I'm not a financial advisor, but definitely the future gonna be in the blockchain as far as the money. It's gonna be in the blockchain. So I know that we kind of see that with the price of the Bitcoin going up. And I think these major banks, they're preparing to kind of use that type of technology on that. Definitely. So let me try to see if my guy can join back. But in the course of that, we also have Trump, who's been impeached for the second time. The first president to actually get impeached twice on that. You good, Tyson? Tyson.
Yeah, I'm good. My fault, man. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So we got Trump. This is
My
the
phone got
first.
turned up.
He's the first president to be impeached twice. What do y'all think about that?
He the first president to be a lot of stuff. Yeah, man. I think they scared of him.
First person to grab out of prison.
They making moves now to because they don't know what's gonna happen. I think this whole trigger, this whole thing, man. He done kind of mix some stuff up, man. Definitely, and the whole Capitol event last week, and a lot of stuff that went on. I think they are, they terrified, man. They terrified. So I think they felt like this was the best. The man ain't had nothing but a week left, right?
Yeah, they don't, but they just trying to make sure he can't try to come back in 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because once you get impeached, that's it. You can't run again. Or once it goes all the way through, you know.
Right.
So we're gonna wait on Amp to join right quick too, because I want to hear what he got to say.
Yo,
All
can you
right.
see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, man. I had to sign in from my phone. I don't know what's going on with Zoom on my computer, man. Sorry about
That's
that.
no problem, man. No problem. So we was talking about Trump getting impeached for the second time and being the first president to be impeached for the second time. So what you think about that?
Man, first of all, I thought when you get impeached, you're supposed to be gone. So how the hell you get impeached twice? And
Impeached
you
is like
still in there.
impeached means to bring charges on you. So it's like being indicted,
Right.
basically.
I just
But
found that out. Because I was thinking the same thing. Cause I was
Yeah,
thinking
that's what I always thought.
that's it. So I was like, how is it 2 times?
yeah,
How is it 2 times? Right.
you got to be found guilty. So impeached is like bringing charges on you. But when you're the president, they can't bring criminal charges against you. You have like an immunity. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he's even trying to he's trying to figure out ways right now that he can pardon himself. You know what I'm saying? Like if he can like pre-pardon himself so that when he does get out of office, they can't bring charges on him. Which would be crazy because how do you get pardoned for something that you haven't been formally charged with?
Right, exactly.
But this has been the strangest presidency I've seen in my lifetime,
Yeah, mine too.
And
I think for everybody.
Probably ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably ever.
Yeah.
Probably the only ones who we don't know what really happened was the ones way before social media and way before the press in the 1800s or some shit,
Right.
You don't know what kind of crazy stuff went on, but with this one, man got a week left. Basically, they trying to fire him on his day off,
Right. And I heard something about it too. Like you won't be able to it ensures that you won't be able to run a second term or something like that if you
Exactly.
are. Okay.
Which is why they're trying to do it, really, so they can make sure that he can't come back in 2024 and come trying to make a play on it.
Right.
On that. So Kim and Kanye. Apparently it's been a longer run than I expected. To be quite honest, I hate to say that, and I want the best for anybody. But these are two controversial public figures, and apparently it looks like it's coming to an end at this point. And speaking of the presidential elections and all that office, political stuff, I definitely read that was a big contributing factor as well to this situation because, apparently Kim wasn't feeling that. She wasn't feeling that. So what y'all think about that, though?
When you say come to an end, what do you mean? Like they getting divorced?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. That half his money gone. Shit. Kardashian got another one.
Or is it half of her money gone?
How you figure that? He got the keys?
They came in legally and took care of those things.
I'm sure they did. That's like two companies coming together. When you get married on that level, that's two companies coming together.
Yeah.
Basically. And Mama Chris, she ain't having that.
Exactly.
But do you think? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You good.
No, I was just gonna ask. Like, do you think that they'll be walking away with each other's money, or they'll just keep what they bought into the relationship and be gone? Maybe split the house or something like that. Because I don't see them asking for money from neither one of them.
So it work that way. When the kids involved. Keep what you got when you're going. What, you gonna keep the kids? And she had them. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
right.
There's kids involved.
Yeah. But I'm talking about as far as the money.
Yeah, she probably don't need his money, but since the kids involved, wait for her to get some extra shopping money. Yeah, you talking about a woman that don't know how to wash clothes, don't know how to use a dishwasher in her own house.
Yeah. Kim is worth. Yeah, Kim is I don't know her net worth, but I know it's up there in the upper hundreds of millions. She's good either way.
I think she ended up, the support as far as for the kids. If she ended up keeping the kids or whatever, that's just unless they figure out something that they want to settle amongst each other or whatever. But you go, that's automatic. I don't care who you is, and for her to be like, nah, she don't care nothing about the money. Nah, they all care about the money. It's all about the money. That's what it's all about, at the end of the day. So yeah, she gonna get what she gonna get. I doubt it's nasty though. I doubt it's a nasty situation. They got so much money at the end of the day, the fighting part and drug drag I doubt that's gonna even come to that.
I'm gonna tell you though something. I'm gonna tell you what is gonna come though. We probably gonna see one of the best Kanye albums in a long time because he always come with his best albums after a breakup. It seems. I don't want to say his best ones, but so I want to use that to pose a question that my man posed here. So I'm gonna ask you, Amp, directly because I know me and you. We was. I don't want to say we was big Kanye fans.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely
in the past several years he's.
I definitely have.
I definitely have too.
Yeah.
I definitely have too. I'm just saying the
That man
past.
made some good music back in the day, bro.
Say again.
I said that man made some good music.
Absolutely. So I'm glad you said that too. Now, so we want to rank our top five. We want to rank our top 5 Kanye albums. I'm gonna let you go first, Amp. Everybody don't have to participate on that unless you actually got a top 5 Kanye. I do though. I know Amp.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So my top 5 first is Late Registration. That's my all-time favorite Kanye West album. That was his second album. Came out after college graduation, of course. My second is College Dropout. So you got Late Registration. That's number 1 on my list. You got College Dropout. That's number 2. Number 3 is Graduation. Dope ass album. He got a lot of outside production done on that album. Kind of boosted his sound up a little bit more. It was great, and it was a shorter Kanye West album. It was the shortest Kanye West album up until that point. Number 4 for me would have to be My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It was a good album. I know it was criticized a little bit because most of the damn shit had leaked. Kanye West was like leaking them every Friday because that's when he had his Good Friday series out. I don't know if y'all remember that. But a lot of those songs that ended up on that album were leaked. But nonetheless, it was still a dope album to me. Wasn't necessarily his best, but definitely qualifies to be top 5. And number 5 for me, a lot of people may not, they didn't really. When the album first came out, a lot of people weren't really feeling it like that because it was a totally different sound for Kanye. But I feel that it helped birth the nation of the new generation. And that's 808s and Heartbreaks. That's when Kanye started using the auto-tune and he started singing and, he was, doing the voice box thing. And, a lot of people, credit Kanye for, the Travis Scotts of the world and the Kid Cudis and the Futures. So, hey, I think that album was a great, it was a lot of people don't know, but that was a inspirational album for a lot of people and a lot of artists. So that's my top 5.
Absolutely. Me, I'm gonna have to say I have a top 4 personally, and the reason why I have a top 4 because I got 2 albums that he made that's my number 1. I got 2 number 1s from him.
Okay.
So that is also gonna be Late Registration and Graduation for me because I just love Graduation. I love the production on there.
Yeah,
I just really rock with it. And then number 2 is going to be the College Dropout, and then which is really number 3 technically, however you want to look at it. And then we got A Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then we got 808s and Heartbreaks being my last one also. So
yeah,
that's how
so our list pretty much the same.
Pretty much, except mine. Except my number 1 and number 2 is on
the same level.
Yeah, they like I can't pick one over the other with those.
You got 1A and 1B pretty much. Yeah,
basically, like it just depends on how my mood is on that.
Right.
But I definitely hope he get back to making music with a lot of substance, you know, which I guess he been making music that just relates to stuff going on in his life, and that, you know, that don't always translate to the common man. You know, the stuff you talking about bleached assholes. Like you know, I don't know nothing about no bleached assholes. You feel me? When I first heard that song, I was like, "Oh, this is about to be amazing." And and he was like, "If I get bleach on my T-shirt, you know what I'm saying?"
Yeah, it kind
I'm
of threw
like,
me off too. I was like,
from
what the
bleaching the
fuck is this nigga
asshole,
talking
like,
about? Yeah.
all right, bro.
Yeah. So
I don't know
what
nothing
about
about no booty bleach. You know what
right?
I'm saying?
Exactly. What about you, man? You got a top five Kanye
Oh,
West
I don't have a
or
top
top
five,
four,
but
top three?
I don't have a top five, but I really enjoyed Late Registration and College Dropout. I like a lot of his album, man. I just, that was some of the stuff I came up on. Um, I really enjoyed that music more so than a lot of the stuff that he's made in the past few years to say. But yeah, um, that was some good stuff, man. Yeah, I mean that was he was talking about something. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? He was
he had
yeah,
a message.
right, right, exactly. So but definitely Late Registration and College Dropout. Those are two of my favorite.
Yeah, I think for the most part, that's everybody's just top two favorite Kanye West albums. Period. Like no matter who you ask, it's always gonna be College Dropout and Late Registration.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a given. You know,
Yep.
I kind of stopped following Kanye after I want to say
Yeezus for me.
Yeezus. Yes,
Yeezus was a cutoff point.
that Yeezus
Yeezus
phase. I was
was
like,
a point
nah.
of no return. I said, damn.
Yeah,
He's in the second place.
right. And I never even listened to that album, man.
I
Like I
did,
even
man. You ain't missed too much, except for maybe
I
Bound 2.
right. I bet so.
You ain't missed too
And
much. And
yeah,
then
I even what
Life
he
of
had after
Pablo has some joints on there, but
yeah, I listened to that album, but again, it's you know at that point, I guess he switched his writers up, and it just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same feel. It wasn't the same energy. Like he even started rapping the same. Like it just seemed kind of off, man. It wasn't the same precise surgical flow that he had on his first few albums. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But even Life of Pablo, like you said, it did have some joints on it, but it wasn't enough for me to keep coming back and listening to like, you know, his previous albums. I think I may only listen to it like once or twice.
Right,
That was
right.
it.
Exactly. So that's pretty much all the subjects, gentlemen, man. So we're gonna wrap this one on up. Unless y'all got something else y'all wanna throw in on. Definitely appreciate y'all being here. I guess it's officially the Melanated podcast, you know. Um, and we're gonna catch y'all next time.
All
Most
right,
I'm
peace,
starting to
definitely,
hey man.
record. Thanks for
man.
being here, James, too, man. Thanks for being here,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate for having me, man.
Okay. I'm
Hey
gonna
man,
start the record. I'm gonna start the record.